One of the things that CD Projekt Red talked about years ago to hype up Cyberpunk 2077 is races coming to the game. CD Projekt Red explained how races would be part of Cyberpunk but with a slight twist. And we never actually knew this slight twist until just a few months ago, when we did finally get a vehicles trailer. This vehicles trailer went through a number of different vehicles that you'll find within the game. This also brought up quite a bit of hype, but also within this trailer it was also mentioned about racing. We saw different racing lineup and also gameplay mid-race. This also went into the Night City Wire, where you had the devs even talking about racing being part of the game, and how that's not the usual racing from point A to point B, but also on top of that, you'll have a second person, a passenger within the car, who would be locked and loaded and shooting at other racers. Unfortunately, with all of this, and especially with me, because this was something I was very excited for, it's not as it seems. But in this video, we will be going through absolutely everything, and I will be showing you how to get racing within Cyberpunk 2077. But before I do get into the video, if you do want to see any more content from me, maybe even see me partake within some of these races, then I'll leave a link in the description down below, which will take you over to the Twitch stream. I stream every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, so if you are interested, head over to there, drop a follow, and you'll be notified the next time I go live. Getting back into the video, CD Projekt Red talked a lot about races in Cyberpunk 2077, but you might notice when starting Cyberpunk up and actually looking on the map that there aren't any racing symbols. You can even look at the legend, which shows each icon and what they mean, and you might notice that races aren't even there. This is because races are locked behind side jobs, more specifically one side job in particular, which is called the Beast in Me. This is a side job from Claire, who you might recognize as being the bartender at the Afterlife. Now, unfortunately, the second that you get into Night City, this side job isn't available. To unlock this, you need to do two things. The first thing is you need to progress through the story. You actually need to complete the main story mission called Double Life. For some players, as soon as they've completed this, they've been given the job offer from Claire, which is to go into this side job. For me, I didn't actually get this. So if you've completed a Double Life main mission and you still haven't had a call from Claire for the Beast in Me side job, then what you would have to do is what I did, which was rank up within Street Cred. I had to get my Street Cred up to rank 23, and the second that I got it to rank 23 and started moving away, a couple minutes later, Claire did phone me. Once she calls, you've unlocked the side job. Just go to her garage and she will be there waiting for you. If you accept, she will tell you to wait until she has the race details. You'll have to wait one day and she will contact you with the exact location where the race starts. At that point, just go to that location, call her up, and then you will wait for her to arrive. And there you go. You are now within your first race. She will ask you in the phone call whether or not you want to use her car, which is called Beast, or whether or not you want to use your own car. If you don't have your own car, this option is completely skipped over, and you'll automatically be driving Beast. But this is entirely up to you. This race that I've just told you to partake in is one of 4 races. The first race, which you are actually now going through, is the city center. This is the first race, and Claire wants you to complete 3 races for you to qualify for the big race. So the first race is city center, the second race is in the Badlands, the third race is Santo Domingo, and once you've completed all 3 of those races, you qualify for the 4th race, which is just called the big race. All the races are pretty decent, but bear in mind that the car control in Cyberpunk isn't amazing, so that carries over to the races. And with these races, they're really not much of a challenge. You can probably crash at every checkpoint and you can probably still win the race. It is incredibly easy to win these. And something else that is very disappointing, as far as I'm aware, these are the only races within the whole game. Even when I look back at the vehicles trailer, it seems like the clips that we use for this trailer come from the gameplay that you're actually experiencing with these 4 races. There doesn't seem to be anything else. There's a good chance that I haven't come across another side job which actually includes some more races. But so far, with everything that I've done, even managed to get up to rank 50 within Street Cred, and I'm still going through it, I haven't encountered another race. So this is disappointing. With this one though, it is very rewarding. It's a very good story, and also you can actually get some very good rewards. So if you don't actually want to know the story, or you don't actually want to know how to get 2 rewards, then I would advise clicking off this video now. But for those of you that are interested and want to know the best way to get and unlock everything, then this is what you need to go through. So with this, there is a story that starts to unravel at the end of the 3rd race. This is where you can make some choices that can affect what you can unlock. At the end of race 3, Claire will tell you that her previous driving partner was her husband called Dean. Dean was supposedly killed in a previous big race by a rival called Samson, and long story short, Claire partnered up with V because she is hoping to kill Samson in the final race, and no one's going to bat an eyelid because these are death races. She wants you to stick on his tail so she can riddle him with bullets, and whilst you'll go through that fourth race, you'll have the option to stick behind Samson to let Claire do damage, or ignore Claire's request and finish the race. If you decide to ignore Claire and treat it like any other race, you'll get the winnings, but Claire will be cold with you whenever you see her at the Afterlife bar for the rest of the game. You also don't get the unique vehicle, which is her truck, the Beast. If you decide to do what Claire wants and actually just stay behind Samson to shoot him for the whole race, there will be a point in which Samson would have to turn off due to damage. If you do this, an accident occurs and you're faced with another choice. You can either let Claire take revenge or convince Claire to spare Samson. If Claire kills Samson and takes her revenge, you get Claire's truck as a reward. To convince Claire to spare Samson, you have to have first tried to convince her not to take revenge after the Santo Domingo race, which is race 3. After the accident, say you want to hear Samson out and keep trying to convince Claire not to kill him. If you didn't try to convince Claire not to take revenge after the Santo Domingo race, she will kill him despite your protests here. So this is where it comes down all the way to talking to Claire at the end of the Santo Domingo race. This is the difference between you unlocking nothing to you unlocking 2 unique vehicles. Because if you don't do this and you still try to spare Samson later, Claire will still kill him. So at the end of the Santo Domingo race, when Claire is opening up about you about her story and what she wants to do within the big race, this is where you just need to try and convince her. If you convince her, you then have the option of both ends when you actually get into the race. If you do convince Claire to spare Samson, you get Claire's truck and also Samson's car as a reward. These are both unique. So if you're wanting to collect the unique vehicles within the game, this is how you get 2 of them. So as you can see with this side job, there's a lot of different components, loads of different possibilities of what can happen, and it's entirely up to you. I guess it really comes down to whether or not you value the vehicles more than the juicy story. Now when I first went through this side mission, I didn't know that you can unlock different vehicles. I didn't even know where this was going to lead with the story narrative. All I wanted to do was race within Cyberpunk. So after race 3, when Claire told me about the story, I ended up just believing her, which then led me staying behind Samson throughout the whole of the 4th race, for him to turn off, for a crash to occur, and then I still carried on telling Claire to kill him. So at the end of it, I managed to go and get the Beast, which is Claire's truck. And it is a pretty decent truck. Unfortunately, I didn't get Samson's vehicle, and I wish if I was able to go back, I would have tried to at least convince Claire not to kill him so I could have got both rewards. But I'll probably do that with my second playthrough. The thing that I was really hoping for more than anything, I was hoping by completing this race series, I would have proved myself to the other races and I would unlock other races that I can complete whenever I want within Night City. Unfortunately, this does not happen. And as I briefly mentioned earlier, I have completed a lot of side missions now. This was one of my methods to get street cred, and I wanted to go and get the Rayfield Erendite. So I needed to get all the way up to street cred rank 50. 99% of that has been done by me just going through side missions. And so far, I haven't experienced a single other race. So that leads me to believe that there aren't any more races, which is very disappointing, considering CD Projekt Red even took time out to make a trailer dedicated to vehicles and thought that races was such a big part of the game that they also included races as being part of that trailer. A lot of players really thought that this was going to be a much bigger component of the game, but unfortunately it's not. Yes, the races that were included part of this side job are very, very good. The story for what is the side job is absolutely amazing, with loads of different endings that could possibly happen depending on your choice. You then get very good reward for the side job, which it can't be said for every single side job within the game, but unfortunately that is it. Now I'm not saying that if they were to add races that it has to be done to a level like this. It doesn't need that narrative component. I would have been more than happy just to have a few races within the game where it is literally just go to this location and there you go, there's a race. If you finish first, you get the biggest reward. If you finish anywhere else, you get slightly less. It could just be as simple as that. But as far as I can tell, there is nothing like that. And it comes at a very bad time of me when I'm playing this game, because I have now got the Rayfield Erendite, and unfortunately I can't replay these missions and I can't find any more races. So it is literally just now use the best car within the game to go from point A to point B. But anyway guys, that is exactly how to get into races within Cyberpunk 2077, and also a quick run through to the side job called The Beast in Me. Let me know in the comment section down below, have you played this race or not? If you have played it, let me know what ending you got. If you haven't played it, let me know what ending you're going to be aiming for now that you know each and every outcome. If you do want to talk any more Cyberpunk or even just watch me streaming this game live, then there will be a link in the description down below which will take you over to the Twitch stream. Head over to there, drop a follow, and you'll be notified the next time I go live. But anyway guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going. So see ya.